Hi everyone, today we are going to be continuing learning how to multiply. So we have done practicing with our times tables, we have done timesing 2 digits by 1 digit. So today we're going to move on to doing 3 digits by 1 digit multiplication. So I can use a chimney sum, so that's the strategy we're going to be using for today. I can use my knowledge of the times tables, so we will be practicing 2, 3, 5 times tables. And I can multiply a 3-digit number by a 1-digit number. So that is what we're going to hopefully achieve by the end of today. So let's imagine we have a question like this. So 121 times 3. So there are lots of different strategies we can use, but we're going to use the chimney sum method today. So the first thing you might want to think about is having your place value headings at the top, your hundreds, your tens and your units. This just helps to keep things organised when you're doing your chimney sum. So what we have to do is we put 121 in the correct place value columns, and because we were timesing it by 3, we're going to just pop the 3 underneath in the units column. Our times table symbol goes on the outside of the sum, and we draw 2 nice big lines for our answer box. So the same method that we do for 2 digit times 1 digit, we start in the units column and we do 3 times 1 or 1 times 3, and we write the answer 3 in the answer box just like that. Then we move on to this sort of diagonal tens column, so it's 2 times 3 or 3 times 2, and that's 6, so we write 6 underneath the tens column. Then the last bit is 3 times 1, so we're moving over into the hundreds column, so we've got 3 times 1 again, and that is 3, so we pop that underneath the hundreds column, and our final answer is 363. Let's try another wee example. So the second question I've got here, we've got 322 times 2. So we set out our chimney sum the same way. We think about our hundreds, tens and units columns. That'll definitely help us keep our sum organised. We write in 322 in the correct column. Because we're multiplying it by 2, we just pop that underneath in the units column. We put our times table symbol on the outside of the sum and a big answer box to write our answer. We start in the units column. So in the units column we have got 2 times 2, so that's just straight away 4, we can pop that in. We move over onto the tens column, so it's kind of diagonal, so we've got 2 times 2 again, so again our answer is just 4, so we can pop that in. Then the last section we've got the hundreds column, so we do 3 times 2, which is 6, so we can just pop 6 into the hundreds column in our answer box. Hopefully this is making sense. We're going to take it up to the next level with our next question getting a little bit trickier. So the next one, we've got 417 times 3, so exactly the same as we've done for the past 2 examples. We're going to do our hundreds, tens and units column just to keep ourselves right. Take time writing your sum in, so we've got 417 times 3, big answer box, lots of space for me to write my answers, so it's not going to be all squished up together, which can sometimes confuse us, so make sure you've got loads of space if you are writing it out. So we're going to start in the units column, so we have got 7 times 3 or 3 times 7, so that's 21. Remember when you're writing in the answer 21, the unit goes in the units column, you carry the tens over into the tens column, so the 2 goes underneath the tens and your 1 goes into the unit, so 21. Move over into the tens, where we have got 1 times 3 or 3 times 1, but we've got the 2 that we carry to add on to 3. So because 1 times 3 is 3, we add on the 2, so that's 5. So 5 goes into our answer there. Last part, we have got the hundreds column, so we've got 4 times 3, so that's 12. So we just write 12 in as our answer. Because that's the end of the sum, we can just add in 12. If we had another part of the sum to do, we would need to carry there, but because it's the end, we can just put 12 in. So our answer for that is 1251. Okay, I've got one more for us to do together. So the last one that we're going to look at together, 262 times 5. So again, take your time writing out your chimney sum, and it should look something like this. Start in the units column, so we've got 2 times 5 or 5 times 2, so the answer is 10. So we write our answer in like that, where we've put the 0 in the units column and we've carried the 1 over into the tens column. Next part of the sum is 6 times 5, or 5 times 6, which is 30. But remember, we've got that 1 that we carry to add on, so it becomes 31. So we put the 1 in the tens column and we carry the 3 over into the hundreds column. Last part of the sum is 2 times 5, or 5 times 2. So 2 times 5 is 10, but then we've got that 3 that we've carried over to add on. So 3 add 10 is 13. Because it's the end of my sum, I can just write in 13. So my overall answer is 1310. Okay guys, so that was quick examples of how to do 3 digits times 1 digit. Hopefully it's making sense, because we were getting really good at doing 2 digits times 1 digit, so it is just the next step. Nothing's really changed. So I've got some examples for you to try. I've got medium and I've got hot. Like always, you can do both. You can choose what one you want to focus on. It doesn't really matter. So there's 4 questions in each today for you to try. The medium one doesn't have as much carrying in it, and the hot one does have a bit more carrying, just to practice that skill. So you can decide what one you want to practice. So pause the video now and we'll get some answers in a wee second. Okay, well done if you've been working really hard on those questions. So let's go over some answers. So for medium, number 1, the answer is 610. Question 2, the answer is 484. Question 3, the answer is 996. And then question 4 had a little bit of carrying in it, so that was probably the trickiest one in the medium section. So the answer there is 2060. So well done if you did the medium today. On to the hot ones, let's have a look at the answers. So for number 1, the answer is 838. For question 2, the answer is 1185. Question 3, the answer is 1893. And for question 4, the answer is 685. Sorry, 685 is the last answer there. So that is how we do one method of doing 3 digits times 1 digit. There will be other ways that we could do it. That is just one way of practicing that today. So well done, you've worked really hard on those, and I will speak to you soon.